All right, I'm doing the, this is for the Southcoast tourney. It's the White Cliffs Golf Club holes. These are all brand new. This is hole 5, par 5. So this is going to be a hole that's I'm gonna watch the video here and make a few notes, and then we'll go to Golf Clash Notebook and check it out. But this is going to be a difficult hole right here. So this is par 5, hole 5, par 5 of White Cliff. So I have this. I was going through shots that I took, and this is the very first, and I think this is probably the only time that I've seen this hole. I shot about 5 hours of video, and I'm down to the very end, and this is the first time I've seen it. So I tried out. So here we're trying out a 5 power ball with an extra mile level 8. Now we've got a headwind here, but let's not look at the wind. I'm looking to see what kind of distances we have out here. And, you know, it might be possible if you pick the right distance to bounce off of from out here to get over. But that's going to be that's a pretty tricky shot. So getting out here to the tip is going to be the key. Now I use, we'll go back and hit play here. So I'm checking to see what I've got, you know, with a 4 power ball. And then I want to take some time to be able to set this shot up. So when I was out here playing, I went ahead and let my opponent get a shot up on me. What's funny is when you do stuff like this and you're trying to learn these new holes, people are freaking out. It's like, hey guys, we're out here practicing these new holes. Go out here and let's practice them. If you hit a bad shot, turn around and hit right back to where you were really aiming so that you can see what it looks like. It doesn't, when you're playing new holes, if you end up in a bad spot, go back and hit the ball right to where you were trying to get to so that you can see what you would have saw if you wouldn't have messed the first shot up, because you're not going to learn anything if your whole goal is to try and get on because you're trying. Don't do that. If we're learning new holes, you know, go out there and try out different stuff. There's a bunch of holes in this tournament that I think a big topper could work on, but a big topper is not very accurate. And while a big topper would give us an advantage, it's whether or not you can keep that big topper in the fairway. All right, I'm going to switch up to a Titan, and I'm putting everything on it, no overpower here. I'm going to take the wind out. I'm right in the middle of the fairway. I could put a little bit, because of my position, I could put a little bit of left-hand curl on it to bring it back into the fairway. And there is a longer stretch. Now I did put a little, but I could have actually put about half of the curl that it has to bring it around and float it into this open area, and it does have a little more distance out there in the middle. So I hit it on right at the transition right there. So I think if I was in the middle, that top spin would be fine, but I'm gonna make sure that I drop the top spin on this hole, not max, until I can get an actual number, not max top spin. And work that number down. We don't want to end up in the rough out there ever. And our opponent was good in the fact that they at least hit to a spot and didn't try and recover. They put it in a safe area. Now I'm going to go back to where I was trying to hit. And you can see right here at the top, it gets real, you know, with the distance that I have. If you draw a line across here, if I would have hit more in the middle of this fairway run, that max topspin probably would have been fine. I probably would have ended up right out here at the end. But I do think, you know, we want to end up somewhere from the low point, which is down here where I'm at, to the midpoint. We want to be somewhere in this lower section. So I'm not going to be putting max topspin on anymore. I'm going to put just a little shy of max, and then try and get myself more up into here. I'd like to be like right about in this area right there. I'm just going to lay myself back up there. and see what that shot looks like. Now I brought my number 3 bag, so my next club is a big dog. And our opponent's got a Cataclysm, but from where they're at on that other pad, they're a lot closer. See how they do when they get on. Hit it perfect. Perfect. I, on the other hand, don't hit my shot perfect. I do believe, though, if I would have hit my shot perfect, that it would have been on. But this angle here is definitely, I almost think, you know, and I don't get far enough back for us to see it, but I almost think that, no, I'm at as good an angle as you can get, because if you were any lower on the course below us, so if you were down from this angle coming at it so that you've got a straight shot to the green, your red line's probably going to be right in this area. So you're going to have to stay on this side of the fairway, and it's one of those deals where you're having to make an S. You're having to bring it this way, and then bring it this way so it lands over here, and then bring it back the other way so it ends up on the green. So the area that I'm at, it should be good. Now what I could have done, I was trying to leave myself enough room. You can see where I'm out. I'm trying to leave myself enough room so that when I apply the curl, the closer you get to this peninsula, when you start applying a bunch of curl, the bigger risk that you take that you're going to end up, when it comes around, you're going to end up in the rough out here. And I wouldn't mind really being low in front of the hole right here. That's not going to be a bad deal. I had plenty of room on the inside here for this shot, but I had no room on the outside, which is the right. So if I hit it to the right, maybe a great, I'd probably be all right. But I hit it good to the right. And I had enough room on the inside that I could hit it good, but I didn't have enough room on the outside that I could hit it good. But I like the trajectory of it there. So, I mean, I do think that if you hit that shot, you know, starting with that first shot, if you hit that shot right there, that we will have a look. Let's go to a Golf Class Notebook and pull up hole number 5. I'm just excited I found that hole. There's 2 holes that I haven't found yet. Hole number 1 and hole number 5. So I'm trying to get down as far as you can down into this area, which is really your only shot, unless you're accepting the fact that you're going to be on in 3. But if you're really trying to get on in 2, you're going to need to get as far down here as you can. So in that case, using a extra mile, a Kingmaker, you can do this. I will tell you, it'll probably be, you can do this easily with a big topper, and you wouldn't have to pull out as big a ball. But after seeing that second shot, it really doesn't matter. This down here, it's going to be easy to get down in here. The shot here is going to be from here over to here to get up on the green. This is going to be everything that your wood has. And I don't think you're going to be able to come here, because this distance down here, I mean, you can't get farther unless you could get over to the other side, unless there was enough to get over. And I don't see in any division from where you're landing down here, your red line, I don't see any division being able to get any better on this than out here. I mean, even if you came up here and you did a max overpower hook shot, I mean, where are you going? I don't think anybody's going to be able to do a shot to get over this creek to get onto this side in 1. So, you know, you're down here in 1 and you've got this second shot. So every division should be able to achieve this down here in 1, and then we all have the same second shot. It'll just be a difference in wind. So it's going to be whatever the biggest wood is that you have in your bag. So it'll end up being either a Cataclysm or a big dog, whichever one you have that's at the best point. For me, it's going to be a big dog. And then going right at it. So I'm going to start my notes off on hole number 5. I put on here try a big topper, but I don't think, the deal is I don't think I need a big topper to get down in here. We can easily get down there, and the big topper is less accurate than the quarterback in it, and we're going to need to bring a big ball for this second shot. So this may be a hole to bring a 4 power ball, where you're bringing a 4 power ball and you're actually laying up down here, but you're bringing that 4 power ball to help you out on the second shot. So if there was ever a hole to bring a 4 power ball on, this would be it. Especially if you could find one that had low wind. So, you know, in those new balls that are out, they're the mummy balls will work good. 3 power, low wind. It'll help you out. The winds may not help you as much on the drive shot, but it can definitely help you since we're having to make this transition. Anything that we can lower is going to help us out. So this will be a hole as the week goes on to tighten up my notes. But I'm going to start off, I think, with an extra mile and a kingmaker. And I put on my notes, not max topspin. And the second shot is definitely going to be a big dog. Big dog. No doubt about that. All right, that was hole number 5 of the Southcoast tournament. It's also hole number 5 of the White Cliffs Golf Club. Thanks for watching.